This is Kia Vancouver's Soccer Talk on AM 650. Now here's your host, Tyler Green.
We have a pair of Whitecaps tickets to give away to the May 3rd game against the San Jose Earthquakes, the 40th anniversary game. We're going to do that in the next 20 minutes or so. Whitecaps tonight, 2-2 draw against the LA Galaxy at BC Place Stadium. We'll hear from Carl Robinson and Rob Friend, who obviously spent some time in Germany playing some soccer, and that's where we go next with Simon to find out all the scores from Germany.
On Thursday, Eintracht Frankfurt fell 3-2 at home to Hanover. There were 6 games today in the Bundesliga. Augsburg 0, Hertha Berlin 0. Dortmund beat Mainz 4-2. Eintracht Braunschweig fell 2-0 at home to the champions Bayern Munich. It was Freiburg 4, Borussia Mönchengladbach 2. Werder Bremen beat Hoffenheim 3-1, and Wolfsburg won at Hamburg by 3-1. There are 2 games tomorrow: Nuremberg against Bayer Leverkusen and Stuttgart against Schalke.
Don't forget to check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/soccertalkvan for the latest events, news, and info on the show. And you can check out our Big Mother's Day contest, which is happening with Trinity Salon and Spa. Tell us why your mom should be the soccer mom this Mother's Day. And if your entry is selected, she'll walk away with a super relaxing spa day. Includes a massage, gets her nails done, gets a deep cleansing facial, and gets her hair styled as well. So soccer moms, truly amazing. Supported you. They drove you around, did your laundry, made sure all your gear was clean. So give back to your mom at Trinity Salon and Spa for a Mother's Day special, whether it's a 1-hour massage, whatever. Visit trinitysalonandspa.ca for more information. Trinity Salon and Spa, Mind, Body, Beauty, 4138 Dawson in Burnaby. Whitecaps drew the Galaxy 2-2. And post-game, we debated it a little bit earlier on, but Carl Robinson was talking about whether or not Kekuta Manneh would fit as a substitute or whether he would fit as a starter. And one of the questions brought up to him was, can he play as a starting position player, or is he suited to play as a substitute? And this is what Carl Robinson had to say.
If I played him every single minute of every game from the start of the season, in July you probably wouldn't see him. You know, that's not what I want, and obviously I know it's not what you want, and 20-odd thousand who were fantastic today, you know, again for us at home. So it's important we manage him correctly. I'll continue to do that with the coaches, but I want to see him on the field as well. You're right, I see him every day in training, and he's brilliant to watch, as are all the other young players. So it's important I manage his minutes correctly, but he's doing a good case of trying to keep himself in the lineup.
And he wants to get into the lineup. That could be next week against Real Salt Lake. I think that maybe right now, he's that super sub. He's that guy you need. Simon, you said you want to see him start. Martin, where are you thinking Kekuta Manneh should be against RSL next week?
I say to you, I love him straight off the bench. He's great, like especially with his speed, and like after the defender are pretty beat up, it's nice, and it changed the speed right away. Like the game changed it. That said, yeah, maybe I think we'll maybe start going to see him from the starting 11 by June if they don't re-sign Kenny Miller.
I think let's go back to last week, the way they lined up and tried to hit LA on the counterattack. It might not have worked out in terms of the end result, but I still liked the way they approached that away game, and I think it's still something that they can take into this game in Salt Lake, because there's speed in this team that can really make opposing defenders feel very nervous and uncomfortable. Why not try the same approach against Salt Lake next week? I think he should start.
Well, one thing that they definitely need next week, one person that they need to have a better performance is Pedro Morales. A sub at halftime for your designated player is not a good sign if you're a Whitecaps fan.
No, it's not. And he needs to pick it up. It's been obvious that he's come in, he showed some exciting little things, but now we've seen a sort of a level of inconsistency. Makes you wonder a little bit if that could have been one of the reasons why he kind of fell off out of favor at Malaga and sort of then became available to come to MLS after the kind of season he had the year before in Spain. So it's going to be incumbent upon him to pick it up, because he is a very important player. When he's at his best, he is highly influential.
Martin?
Yeah, I totally agree. He's magical. Like his touch is great on that ball. It's pretty great. definitely like the salary that gets paid and getting sub in halftime. It's not something you really enjoy as a supporter to see. But he shows some great like talents, but like you said, consistency. That's like the problem right now.
You're listening to Kia Vancouver Soccer Talk. My name's Tyler Green. Simon Fudge joining us as always, and one of the founding members of the Rain City Brigade, Martin Rivard, joining us here in studio, talking supporters groups. And Martin, as we mentioned earlier, the Atlanta has their first official supporters group, the Terminus Legion. Any advice for them as they get started, have a couple of years to get organized as a supporters group before their first Major League Soccer game?
Yeah, I wish them like good luck. I was reading about them today. Actually, I was not aware of their affiliate, and hey, wish them good luck. I think it's gonna be a long road of learning for them. Um, don't piss off MLS.
Is that a problem?
No, it could be.
No, we talked about it. You guys maybe pissed off Landon Donovan a little bit, but that's something that you might have planned through the rest of the season, having some fun events like you did where it was pin the wig on Landy there, but some other stuff coming up for you guys as well with regards to that. Some interesting things planned.
Yeah, definitely. It's gonna be like interesting. We're trying to raise money to produce our tifo, so we try to come up with those fun little games to get a little bit of a draw. And if that disturbed the opposing team, well, that's even better.
Nice. Well, obviously there's lots to get into with this Vancouver Whitecaps game from earlier today, and one of the players that played for the LA Galaxy is Rob Friend, and he was very close to being a Whitecaps. Or how close was he? He answers that question in just a minute, but he was a little frustrated at the end of this game, much like the rest of the LA Galaxy team. Here's Rob Friend.
Love to get that one back. You know, it was tough. I needed to go far post on that header, but you know, I had an assist. Maybe I couldn't have had another assist. You know, for 20 minutes, you know, personally, you know, I was satisfied, but obviously, you know, letting the win get away from us is disappointing. You know, we had 5 minutes left to just kill the game, and we need to be a little bit smarter, so it's a bit unfortunate.
BC boy, how does it feel to be back playing in Vancouver?
Fantastic. I love this city. You know, I had about 25 people, family and friends here, so saw them all after the game, and you know, it's fun to be back. I've enjoyed the 24 hours so far.
How close did you come to signing with the Whitecaps last year?
Very close. So close that I had my flight booked on the Wednesday, and I ended up signing for the German club on the Monday. You know, that's the business of soccer. You know, it was I wanted to come back and bring my family back, but sometimes different circumstances arise, and you know, I had to make a final decision, and I decided to stay one more year in Germany, and you know, that's the business of the sport, and you know, no one could be bitter about that, and you know, you never know down the road.
And from like a Canadian point of view, do you still harbour hopes of still playing for the national team again?
You know, I've been there, done that. You know, I think they're going through a phase where they need to start rebuilding and, you know, looking towards the World Cup, and they're trying to do that. Unfortunately, there's not the depth of players that there was previously, so it's tough to get the talent out there, and, you know, maybe he needs to start bringing in some more experienced guys to, you know, you can't just build all young guys. You need the experienced guys to kind of help, you know, form and build up the younger players. So, you know, whenever Canada calls, I'll be ready, but, you know, that's not my focus right now.
LA Galaxy's forward Rob Friend, who was big on the Robbie Keane goal, the 2-1 goal at the time for the Galaxy. Of course, the Whitecaps come back, draw 2-2 the final, but Rob Friend, a big body, and how good would he look, guys, with the Whitecaps, playing that role with the speed sitting around him? Do you think he would fit in well with this team right now?
I would say he would have, yeah. I mean, the size and a big target, I think, is something that you mentioned earlier, is something they're missing. And at this point in his career, you can even see with the Galaxy, how good of a fit he is for MLS. And And as a target guy, yeah, I think he could fit in very well.
Totally agree. He's a big body, big target. Not only he's big and tall, but he's pretty fast. Like for a big body, he can run quite well. So I would say he will fit. He could, but yeah, I can see it.
Simon, you had some questions. You're going to grill Martin. It's your turn to grill Martin now about the supporters groups.
Well, the way you've developed the cultures, and I was first one that would ask you and your members the things that you've possibly learned from other supporters groups in MLS or in the world of soccer. What have been the things might have stand out that you feel you need to incorporate in your organization?
Well, BC plays online streamers. No, there's definitely good and bad things coming from decades of especially in Europe, like so the beautiful game has been playing for so long there that we've seen like the good and the bad of supporter culture over the growing up and stuff like that. Hopefully, only takes like the positive out of it. We're not hooligans. We're like just a bunch of happy people like enjoying the game.
How much emphasis do you try and be original? Because that can be quite challenging. You find songs and things that are sort of templated and then the words are changed, but they're more of the same. So what do you guys try and do to make yourselves sound and look original?
It's funny. It always comes out on Twitter or during our forum. People always says like, "Oh, you guys like sings like somebody else club songs." Well, old news is like everyone sings like other songs and they just change the words. And they, like the songs they sing like in Europe, it comes from like England and from Scotland. But it's definitely like it's just a fun enjoyment, and we're just trying to stay that way.
Time now for key questions, and we're going to start with David Osted. As we do this each and every week, key questions. David Osted, he became the father of twins on Friday, missed training, in goal tonight, and we asked him about his last few days since he became a dad for the second time.
Hectic. Fantastic period. It was an amazing experience to be there yesterday at my twins' birth.
And David Osted, by the way, driving a Kia from Kia Vancouver. He's got so many kids now, he needs the minivan, I think. We also asked Jada Merritt and Andy O'Brien about Easter Sunday tomorrow. So which kind of chocolate are they going to have lying around the house on Easter? This is what they had to say.
Caramel. Get something with caramel in it.
Try to watch your weight there. No, we'll have a good day. It's the little guy's birthday as well, so we'll have a good day tomorrow.
No, I've got to watch my figure. Yeah, I worked hard to keep it off, so I don't want to eat too many Easter eggs.
So Kenny Miller, he's got a birthday cake mixed in as well in that, and Andy O'Brien staying away from it all. Wants to watch that figure. Well, Martin, thanks for taking the time to join us here. Again, for more information, if people want to check you guys out and get more involved with the Rain City Brigade, best way to do that is where?
RainCityBrigade.com. It's our website. We have a forum on it, so we can spark some conversation. Our Facebook, Twitter, we're all over social media.
And then the second thing with you is that if people want to look good, if they want that shave, if they want a haircut, where's the best place to go?
You can contact Another Fine Cut.
Yeah, you're working on Simon's hair. You've done my hair, giving me the hot shave as well. AnotherFineCut.com. Thanks for taking the time to join us here in studio. And
My pleasure, guys.
I think Christina has something special for you when you head into the other room. So thanks again.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. My pleasure.
Martin Rivard from the Rain City Brigade joining us here in studio as well. AnotherFineCut.com. If you need the haircut, go see Martin. As I always say, you can go in, you can talk soccer about the Whitecaps or talk about Europe. Every time I go, football on the television. So it's a good thing. And, of course, a lot of fun to have Martin in here talking about the Rain City Brigade. Next weekend, Zach Meisenheimer from the Curva Collective is going to be in to join us, and we're going to find out exactly what Curva are doing. One of the special things that those guys do is they invite one of the players into the stands with them. So far, no player has declined the invitation to do so. So we'll find out exactly how that works and how it came about with with Zach of the Curva Collective. That's next Saturday, and the Southsiders in 2 weeks. Kia Vancouver, online at KiaVancouver.com. Visit Warren, Scott, Corey, the rest of the crew over at KiaVancouver.com. Kia, the power to surprise. Tell them I sent you on weekends. Kia, lots of good stuff, so check them out. 396 Southwest Marine Drive. More info, KiaVancouver.com. Up next, the final cut, brought to you by Another Fine Cut. We'll find out how the poll question ended up. We'll also get everyone's favorite segment here on the show. It's time for Hot Fudge after the break.
This is Kia Vancouver Soccer Talk on AM 650. Follow us on Twitter at Soccer Talk 650 and at Tyler Green FC.
A similar beautiful game is played out every day at Kia Vancouver, where people like you make great scores on the value-loaded Kia vehicle that suits their needs. Right now, Kia Vancouver has throwback pricing on all new Kias with prices like they were 15 years ago. Plus, 0% financing up to 84 months. All-wheel drive credit of $500 on select 2014 Sportage and Sorrentos. Beautiful. Kia Vancouver, the power to surprise. At KiaVancouver.com and on Southwest Marine Drive at Yukon.
The Straight Razor Shave, a leading man classic. Centuries old, steady hand coaxing the rugged face back to smoothness. This nearly lost art has found revival at AnotherFineCut.com. Hot towels, straight edge blade into your face. It's an experience that reminds you you're alive, you're a man in the company of history's finest men. Start at AnotherFineCut.com. Pick your barbershop in Yaletown, Gastown, or the Financial District, and relax into the big red leather chair for the shave of your life.
Whether playing soccer on this continent or football on every other, Umbro is the name worn by top players and teams worldwide. Those same uniforms are available for your team or club at Umbro.com. Umbro, proud to be the official supplier of Canada's men's and women's national teams, is celebrating 90 years of expertise in the game. If you want your club to play like the pros, dress them like the pros at Umbro.com. Umbro, the heart and soul of football.
Guys, if you've got a soccer mom, Trinity Salon and Spa has the Mother's Day special just for her.
Like the manicure that cleanses, exfoliates, and finishes with a beautiful vegan polish from Spa Ritual for fresh, renewed hands, and the Glamour Wash and Blow Dry so she can ditch the ponytail and have that red carpet sexy mom hair again.
Find out more at trinitysalonandspa.ca. Top votes by Best in Burnaby, Georgia Strait, and soccer moms everywhere. Trinity Salon and Spa. Mind, body, beauty. 4138 Dawson, Burnaby.
And now a word from your Subaru dealers. Today's word is blah. Gray spring days can be kind of blah, but raining, sleeting, freezing, thawing conditions can make driving interesting. You can't just blah, blah, blah your way out of that situation. Unless you're driving a new Subaru Forester with full-time symmetrical all-wheel drive. Right now, get a 2014 Forester with rates from 0.9%. What the blah? You heard right. See your local Subaru dealer soon and turn blah, blah, blah into yeah, yeah, yeah.
We're back. This is Kia Vancouver's Soccer Talk on AM 650. Now here's your host, Tyler Green.
Kia Vancouver, the #1 Kia retail store in BC last month, selling over 70 new Kia vehicles to tons of local soccer fans. You can be next. Visit KiaVancouver.com. 396 Southwest Marine Drive at Yukon. As mentioned, David Osteady grew the family very rapidly with twins, so he's got the Kia working overtime to fit all his kids into that car. We're going to wrap up Kia Vancouver Soccer Talk in just a couple minutes here with Hot Fudge, but first let's find out what Omar Gonzalez had to say post-match. Needless to say, another Galaxy player who was a little bit frustrated.
Very, very frustrating. I thought that we should have left here with 3 points. I think we were better most of the night. We had some good spells of controlling the ball, keeping possession, and I think we could have been a little bit better to keep the lead both times. And you have to give it to Vancouver for continuing to fight at home and earning the point.
So the positive is that the Vancouver Whitecaps continued to fight, pressured, and got the single point. Disappointing, however, that they weren't able to take a little bit more advantage and come out stronger with the mixed results of a guy like Pedro Morales. Russell Teibert also out of the match and wasn't even on the bench for the second half. So is there an injury concern there? Waiting to find out about Russell Teibert. All right, let's wrap things up here on Kia Vancouver Soccer Talk with a little bit of hot fudge. Simon Fudge gives us the one thing, the must see, do, watch, listen to, eat. What is it this week, Simon, on hot fudge?
It's fish and chips for me, because Thursday night I had a great meal at the Trawler Ale House in Horseshoe Bay on my way out to the island to see the family, and so I would highly recommend that one does that if you're on the Lower Mainland side. If you're on the island side, there's a floating shack in the Nanaimo Harbor. It's called Trawlers. It is reputed to be the best fish and chips on the island, and I highly recommend, if you're in that area, to try it out.
AnotherFineCut.com. It is the final cut. And tonight's poll was winless in 3 matches. Are you concerned about the Whitecaps' results of late, or are you remaining positive? Well, needless to say, about 85% of you out there are feeling extremely positive about this Whitecaps team and are not concerned. Tough opponent next week, though, against Real Salt Lake. May change a few people's minds. AnotherFineCut.com. 3 full-service barbershops for your big haircut, hot shave, buzz cut, fade, or beard trim. Get the ultimate barbershop experience at AnotherFineCut.com. 3 locations to serve you in Gastown, Yaletown, or the Financial District. Find out more at AnotherFineCut.com. For the crew here at Kia Vancouver Soccer Talk, executive producer Christina, contributor Simon Fudge, intern for the day Jessica Newman, and producer Greg the Hammer Ballack. My name's Tyler Green. Thank you for listening. And because you've listened this long, caller number 5 to 604-280-0650. That's 604-280-0650. You're walking away with a pair of tickets to the May 3rd game, the Whitecaps game against the San Jose Earthquakes, the 40th anniversary game. And Christina's going to ask you that very tough question. Are you going 70s style or as is? You can download the podcast at am650radio.com. Kia Vancouver Soccer Talk returns next Saturday at 10. Thanks for listening right here on AM 650. The Beatles are next.